our biggest one in probably at least a couple of years. So thank you all for coming today. We wanted to apologize for the technical difficulties. Some of you had to be corralled outside, and it was certainly nothing to do with any of these folks. I was an instructor for a number of years, and you could have the best laid plans, and that AV can get you sometimes. So anyway, thank you for your patience with that. It is definitely my pleasure today to welcome the Eichels, Jonna, and Jason, and their whole huge, wonderful team today. So they are with a creative agency, and Jonna's got a very background in marketing and PR and communications, and they more recently acquired Fort Collins Lifestyle Magazine. I don't want to talk much more. I don't want to steal their thunder on any of those parts, but just suffice it to say that Lifestyle Magazine is a very hyper-targeted publication in our area to be delivered to a very affluent sector in our community. I think Jonna said it's a direct mail on steroids. I'll let them talk way more about that, but just a few pieces about Jonna and Jason. Originally from New York City, and then Jonna and Jason kind of back and forth between New Jersey and New York City. And in 2012, in December 2012, they moved out here. And we talked about what brought you out here. And first of all, I just love this. She's like, we really had a map, and we're like, oh, that looks great. And I was like, I like that. That's some gumption. So they picked. We were lucky enough that they picked here. And also, Jonna was saying that she grew up in the public school system in New York City, and she said she survived. She managed to get out, but she wasn't as convinced that their kids. They have two kids, Julia and Jacob, and she was a little bit more worried. They were, I'm sure, that maybe it was just time to kind of raise their kids somewhere else. She said, her graduating class had 5,000 kids and metal detectors, and they were just ready for a change. So they came out in December of 2012. If I'm messing any of this up, please correct me. And pretty early on, because Jason is also a musician, and pretty early on they realized that I was really surprised to hear this. There was no public music rehearsal facility. I was shocked at this being such a music-driven community. And I just love their entrepreneurial style. They're like, all right, let's open one. So they also own a music studio, and they opened that in November of 2014. And so I don't want to steal any more of the thunder, but I'll leave you with one other fact that I thought was really cool. I said, okay, how about one more tidbit, like they don't have enough interesting stuff. And Johnny goes, well, I guess you could say that, listen to this. She was voted by New York Weekly last year as one of the top 10 hardest working CEOs of 2021. And to put that in perspective, Mark Cuban was number 1, and this lady was number 3. Yeah. So it is my pleasure to Jonna and Jason Eichel and the rest of their team. So welcome.
I'm the CEO and founder of the Creative Agency and publisher of Fort Collins Lifestyle Magazine. The Creative Agency is an award-winning marketing firm specializing in Google visibility, social media, web creation, and everything to help small businesses succeed and grow online. It was an obvious choice to fold in Fort Collins Lifestyle Magazine, as I knew I had a super talented team of creatives who I can trust to make sure we deliver the best product to our local clients. Fort Collins Lifestyle's first initial issue was November 2018. At that time, we managed the publication, we designed the publication, we did all of the editorial, as well as the photo shoots and any event that we had scheduled. In 2021, in June, my husband and I were offered to acquire the publication, and the rest is history. Obviously, we said yes, and then we brought on the creative agency to help us master everything that the publication is today.
My favorite milestone with clients is when they first get that first batch of original and intentionally created content for their business. A lot of our clients haven't had that kind of attention paid to their work before, and it's always fun to see the excitement and see them ready to push out this new content that really describes who they are.
One of the most impactful things that we've been able to do for a client is really like pull them away from being with a big corporate marketing agency where they're not getting responses, they have very limited creative freedoms, basically where these companies are too big to care about their clients, and they didn't own any of their assets, all the photography, web design, everything. In order to leave the agency, they had to leave it all behind. And we really just set them free from the clutches of an agency who really didn't just have their best interest in mind, and that's something that we do.
We curate personalized strategies for each of our clients. For one of our latest clients, we were able to grow their engagement by over 51%. Utilizing social media content, we are able to provide our clients with social proof.
On production days every week, we get to try new ideas with videos, so I get to experiment with new lighting, I get to learn new graphic design techniques, and a lot of other really neat stuff.
I think my favorite client milestone is being able to be a retainer and being able to really dive deep into their brand and be able to create something using my creative expertise. Something that has the biggest impact on me is when I deliver content to a client and then showing them the possibilities of their brand through video content.
For a lot of clients, they push their businesses to get as big as they were going to get without proper marketing. So once they come to us, we're able to make them look more professional with either a new website and then a new social media, so we can take over all the marketing aspects of it and they can continue focusing on their business.
Meeting new people to help them grow their business is probably one of my favorite things about working in this industry. Just launching their new business maybe, or maybe they're going from that small business to medium business size. Just making that connection with our people in the community and making a difference for them.
I would say the greatest impact for me is when we finally do get to launch the site after the client has fully approved it, and then just getting to see like that client's kind of idea come to life with what we're able to give them and kind of match with that. That's one of the best parts about it. Interacting with these new people and helping them grow the business is just so fun because they light up with excitement on their faces once the product's delivered to them, and it's just, you feel like you're helping someone, so it's a great time. Some of my favorite verticals are probably in the animal industry just because they're a lot of fun to work with, a lot of cool clients, and a lot of great animals, of course, so.
Where are the dogs?
We weren't sure we could bring them, so we left them home. They're actually Matt's dog, Chase's dog, and Katie, who now lives in Utah. But they're our most beloved furry employees.
Is there anybody that wants to say anything, or should we open it up for
Yeah, open it
questions?
up.
Or-
I think that's
How about some questions? I told them you guys were a pretty curious group.
How do we get your magazine in our office?
In your office, you just let me know and I'll add you to it.
Awesome.
If you said in your house, that I would have a different answer.
How do you get it in your house?
Yeah, so we target by home value and net worth. So your home has to be $700,000 or greater in price point, and then you have to have a public net worth of $990,000 in order to receive the publication. One thing that I hear all the time is, well, I'm a millionaire, why don't I get your magazine? And I said, well, are you a public millionaire or a secret millionaire? And they go, secret. And I go, well, that's why. So investment properties, businesses, boats, airplanes. You'd be surprised at how many of our readers own airplanes. But that is how we decipher where the magazine goes.
No subscription then?
Nope. But it is available online. Yeah, so it goes to their house for free.
And if you have a business,
And if you have a business, yeah. So if you have an office that you'd like to receive copies of, I'd be happy to. No, go for it.
So you have a lot of products and a lot of irons on. So can someone, if they want web design, can they just get web design?
Oh, totally, absolutely.
If they want Instagram promotion product, can they just get Instagram promotion product? Okay.
Absolutely.
Who's your ideal client?
People who want, well, for the magazine, it's people who want to be in front of that very niche, very targeted audience. And as a digital agency, we know that the magazine specifically is the only place that they can see your business. Google is amazing, we love Google, we're slaves to Google, right? We own a digital marketing firm, but Google will not tell us if somebody can afford your product or service, but our readership can, for sure. And they don't want any coupons. So.
Any other questions? You must have got it maybe all out when we were doing our networking. Anything else?
Yeah, go for it, sorry.
When you do your photos, video shoots, all that, all the production stuff, do you guys take sole proprietorship of that, or do you allow your clients to have that and market
I
it?
love that question. We give our clients all their assets, and so that's one of the reasons why we do everything in-house. There are a lot of magazines and even lifestyle magazines in other cities and other towns and other states that pay photographers who are not on staff to take their photos. But then there's that weird thing that happens where they have to pay for the rights to use them on social media. And so when we have a client, we give them everything. If we took 300 photos, Tyler, you can speak more to this. But if we take 300 photos, we'll give them 150 so that they're not overwhelmed. But they have the access to everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell us more about your music studio?
Oh, sure. So it's broken up into 3 rooms, and it's fully backlined, and so bands come in and they plug in their guitars and amps and bring their drum kits.
All right, so the beauty of the studio is they don't have to bring all their own equipment. We've got drum sets and microphones and speakers and amps. So we try to make it as easy as possible. Just bring your instrument, come in and go, so there's none of that load in and load out time.
Is it just like a rent per the hour kind of thing?
By the hour, yeah, exactly.
Where is that located?
That's off of Lincoln Avenue. So the good thing is it's kind of in that industrial zone, so.
You can make as much money as you want.
If you just wanted to have a big cake party.
We used to say yes to that. I feel like, Kurt, if you want a cake party, we'll get you a cake party. Yeah.
There's a large deposit though.
We learned that the hard way. Sorry, did you have a question?
What are your ideal advertisers that we can help bring to you?
Yeah, we love home services. Part of the reason why we do is because they get a lot out of the publication, so their ROI is very high. Real estate is very high. So is boutiques, any storefronts, restaurants are some of our higher return on investment advertisers. I would say also anything like in the financial sector, banking, so where there's essentially you're our best client if there's a lot of you around and you want to be one of the ones that are featured. Yeah, because we only take 3 to 5 of the same category. So we only have 1 spot left for realtors. We only have 1 spot left for spas and like massage, facial spaces. So we like to say every single issue is a best of issue because once that category is full, Matt is also our sales manager, and we've probably said no more times than we thought we would because we have to vet businesses for our clients. And so some people are not a great fit, and so if their customer service is not as great as we would want to see, then we say, I'm so sorry, check back with us in a year. So we take it very seriously.
Do you have metrics that you share with clients that show them a return? Because in this space, it's sometimes difficult to figure out what's working and what's not.
In all marketing spaces, it's difficult. It's not just print. We're in 2022, our numbers are 21 touch points, right? So a customer has to see you, know you exist, and be reminded of you 21 times before they make a decision. And so we like to say that the magazine can be 12 of those touch points in a year because we go out every single month. So in the media kits that I left over there, there's metrics of who gets the magazine, where they live, how often they read it, and all of those kinds of things. But in terms of monetary return, I would never make a promise. And that's only because, and I'm guilty of it myself, I might see something in an ad. I recently saw a nail salon on a billboard, and when she asked me, I said Google. And then I left.
Then you're like, oh, right.
I was like, next time I'll tell her to give kudos to Lamar. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else?
Who do you find yourself competing with? Nobody. There really isn't any. There really isn't any other publication that's so targeted. We don't leave it in a coffee shop. We don't put it in front of a bar or brewery or anything like that. So it's. I like to say if you own a business, you should probably have ads in all the things that allow you to have ads in.
I'm gonna go quick testimonial.
Oh, thanks.
Like a week ago, I got my first application for a local think tank membership. And on that application, we asked, where did you find us? And they said they saw my podcast ad in the magazine, started listening to the podcast, and then heard the local think tank commercial in the podcast. And so we just keep stacking those up over time, and then it makes it a super big ROI. You know, so we're already close to the turn, you know.
Thanks, Jared.
So that's why she'll let you have a keg party?
Yeah, exactly.
For free. For free.
Anybody else?
What's the size of your subscriber base?
Yeah, so we go to 11,000 homes, 500 businesses, and then those numbers also factor in an 85,000 readership, which comes from the digital side.
What do each of you members do? Could they say something to us?
Oh yeah, why don't we go down the list?
I'm Graham, I'm the lead video producer, I just made that. And I also write articles for the magazine as well.
I'm Matt, I'm the sales manager and graphic designer. So if any of you are interested in partnering with the publication, come grab my card, we can have a chat.
I'm Chase. I'm on the web development team actually, and I'm a photographer on occasion as well. So.
I'm Natalia. I'm a social media architect at the creative agency, and then I also help out with promotional emails and press articles as well.
I'm Tyler. I'm the production manager and the editorial coordinator for the magazine. So I do a lot of reading and writing and photography and kind of coordinating and putting all the pieces together to make it happen every month at a time.
I'm Tony, and I'm the leader of the web department. So I'm basically working with client web designs, search engine optimization, digital strategy, and posting.
And also drone pilot for all those juicy
And
aerial
drone
photos.
I'm Eric, I'm a videographer. So anything video related, I'm happy to help out.
He will be roped into modeling at some point.
Any other questions?
Oh, I have a giveaway, and it's not public yet, but I feel like this is the perfect room to announce it in. We, as of June 2022, apparently we buy a business every year. That's we will also own Loveland and South Lifestyle, which hits Loveland, Windsor, Berthoud, and Johnstown, and increases our distribution from 11 to 22,000 and 200,000.
How about we do some on
I heard that was illegal. Do they know what the giveaway is?
No, go ahead and tell.
Next time, Brian, you're gonna win. You're gonna win.
So we're giving away a feature story for the 2022.
Oh, that's a good prize. I wish I
All right, let's try.
Damn. That's a really good prize. Be on time, not me.
Lori Redmond, Foxtrot.
You know what? Let's do one more.
Oh, one more.
Yeah. Woo.
Craig Vollmer.
And actually with that, we're all gonna listen to Craig.
Well, yeah, it's a gorgeous day. Some people are big winners.
just saying. And let's all head out for the group photo right in front of the building.